5 chapter 10, last chapter in Form 5. It's called linear programming. If you have gone through all my video, this video would be the last chapter, video for last chapter, before you hit for your STPM. Now in this chapter, before you really get into the essence of it, you will need to know or recall things that you have learned in especially from 5 chapter 2, y equals to mx plus c, and we call this as a general equation for linear. General equation for linear law. This is called general equation. So here, now if you have maybe you have skipped other video, maybe you haven't done from 5 chapter 2, then maybe it's good that I give some introduction or perhaps some background. M is gradient, where the equation of gradient is the changes of y to the changes of x. And C would be my y-intercept. Okay? So, how do you want to do that? I mean, let's put into graph. Normally, you will ask to sketch a graph. They don't normally ask you to plot a graph. So, to the right is my positive x direction. Be sure you label this. And going up is my positive y direction. Be sure you label this too. The intersection between two is 0. Okay, x y 0. And if I were given a graph, a line, a straight line, okay, and a straight line. So, what do I get? I will get this is my y-intercept, the number here, yeah, the y value number here when x equals 0. When x is 0, this y number c is the y-intercept, any number, positive number, where this is my x-intercept, okay, when y is 0. So, if I want to find gradient, all you need to do is, I need two coordinates. I'll need two coordinates to make one point. Say this is my first coordinate, x1, y1, and this is my second coordinate, x2, y2. And of course, you may go through what's the center point in that in my Form 5 chapters. For gradient, all you need to do is find out what's the changes of x and changes of y. So I think plot it to that. So the value here would be my changes of y, whereby it is either equal, it will be y2 minus y1. Okay, this value, while the value here, this is my change of x, which is equals to x2 minus x1. So if I have these two number, therefore my gradient m will be equals to y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. So this is how you get gradient, and by knowing the y-intercept, or by substitution, x is 0, we find out what is c, so c is the y-intercept. Now, over here, this up to this point is what you have learned in the past. But what is required in this chapter would be, will you be able first to arrange an equation? Say it's an equation that look like, we'll draw it here. If you are given equation 4 x minus 3y is greater than equals to maybe 6. Okay, if you're given an equation like this, first rule, in order to start off with, you need to arrange it into standard form or general equation. So based on y equals to mx plus c, my term here is not a y, it's negative 3. So what I'm going to do is bring it to the right so that you get a positive value, positive y, whereas the 6 you shift it over the left, so that you will get 4x minus 6, subtract both sides with 6, then this becomes 0, plus both sides with plus 3y, we will cancel off this, and therefore it remain 3y. Okay, so your main intention is y equals to mx plus c. So here we are almost there. Rearrange them, bring it the other side, so it will be 3y less than equals to 4x minus 6. So the tip is pointing towards 3. Okay, so bring it over, is the 3y tip, the sharp pointing towards, the arrow is pointing towards 3. So all you have to do is divide 3 both sides, so you will get y is equals to, this is a symbol for inequalities. It means less than or equals to x minus 2. There are some practical, some way to write a fraction. 4 over 3, this line and x is in between the line. Okay, so these are the manner. Okay, so that you know it's 4 over 3. Ratio y to x is 4 times to the change of y to the 3 times change of x. So first rule would be to arrange them into standard equation or general equation. So next will be, we'll be able to sketch a straight line from the equation itself. Okay, sketch, not plot. Sketching, okay, would be, first you look at what is its gradient, then, and also look at what is the y-intercept. So to start out with, to sketch a line, first of all, draw 2 lines crossing each other, like cutting a cake. You make sure you have 4 quadrants, they are equally being separated. To the right is positive x, going up is positive y, in between intersection is 0. This is a common practice to do that. First, sketch this, then look at what is your y-intercept. It appears to be negative 2. So negative 2 will be going down. It's a negative value, so it will be here, negative 2. You doesn't need to scale it because the answer is to sketch. It's not in a graph book or a graph paper. So next, what you do is you need to find out where is the second point, because first coordinate will be here already for sure. Second coordinate would be 4 over 3. Now, unless you have a sketch or unless you have a graph paper, otherwise you really can't do it by moving to the right 4 and going up by 3. Yeah, you can't do left by 3, up by 4, because this is, it means changes of y, it means change of x. You can't do it if you have a blank piece of paper, you want to sketch it. There's no way to do that. So another way to doing it is by substitution. You need to find out what is the x-intercept. Now to do that, you need to find out when x is 0, obviously y will be negative 2. Second row, when y is 0, what happened? When y is 0, x is equals to, y is 0 is 3 over 2, or 6 by 4. Yeah, it's 3 over 2. So it's a positive value. 3 over 2, y is 0, x is 3 over 2, so the second point would be somewhere here. Doesn't really need to know where exactly, because I didn't need to scale it. This is my second point. I need to find out where is it. Here. It's here. So therefore, if you have 2 points, then you will be able to sketch a line. So the line should look like this. Okay, and I label this as y equals to 4 over 3x minus 2. I just label it equal sign. But since the question asks for less than, y has to be less than. Okay, y has to be less than, y is less than or equals to, therefore it's a solid line, because less than or equals to, less than, that will be going downwards. Anything going downwards, so you may either shade this region or make a small arrow, tell yourself where is it. You know? when you have more points later, it's easier for you to identify which region. But for now, just make an arrow downwards. Okay. So based on here, solid line is less than or equals to less than or equals to, you get solid line. If just less than, that will be dotted line. Okay, that's the difference. Okay, between two. I'll separate them for you to see. Okay, so what else? If you were to have a positive gradient, then it's from left to right, down to up. If the in the event that gradient, if you have a negative gradient, if you have a negative number, so what you get is the gradient should go down, left, up to down. If you have a positive gradient, then you will get something like this. I mean, left to right. Okay, it means positive gradient. This means negative gradient. So you want to check, look at it. Yes, correct. It's a positive gradient. If it's not right, then you need to look into your substitution. Normally, the error is over here. So this is how you sketch a line on a piece of paper, white paper. Now, unless you were given a graph paper, let me switch the screen to a dotted line. Says I want this. Okay. Now, if you were given a graph paper, so now you have a graph paper. Let me enlarge the screen. Okay, graph paper. Now, if you were to have graph paper, then things will there will be another option to sketch it. So let me rewrite this equation. If the equation is y is less than or equals to 4 over 3 x minus 2. If you were to have this equation, you're given this equation, and you have a graph paper, then you doesn't really need to substitute them. Yeah. So what you do is again, I can't really sketch it here because it's not a straight line. I try my best to draw a straight line here. This, okay. I try to make it straight because it's not straight. I can see obviously it's not straight. Now, assume that's straight. I try to draw a line. Okay, I'll separate them in not really. Okay, why is it not equal? Because I know the graph will be remaining on this side. That's why I do it this way. If it doesn't know where the location of this graph, it will be best to separate them into equal parts, left, right, up, down. So common practice, to the right is positive f, x, going up positive y, 0 is 0. Okay, if you have a graph paper, if you have a graph paper, first you have equation. The previous page I've taught you how to arrange them into a standard form or general equation. This is my y-intercept minus 2. So of course you need to know where it's negative 2. So you need to scale them, maybe 2 is to 1. So this is my negative 1. This is negative 2. Right? And maybe here is my 1, my 2, and my 3. Okay? Maybe 4. Maybe positive 1, positive 2. Okay? So first point, first coordinate would be easily obtained from negative 2, so I know first coordinate is here. Second coordinate is 4, 3, so it's positive 4, positive 3. Y go up by 4, so I'll go up 1, 2, 3, 4. Go up 4, and to the right 3. 1, 2, and 3. This is my second coordinate. Okay. One, two, three, four. 1, 2, 3. So yeah. So this is my second coordinate. Then if you have two coordinates, then you will be able to sketch this line. Okay. So you have a ruler. If you are, it's easily done. Okay. Okay, you can sketch it. Yeah, this is y equals to 4 over 3x minus 2. I hope you get what I meant. You can't use this method if you have a blank sheet of paper. You use this method only when you have a graph paper. Okay, so let me summarize what I have gone through. Summarize. If my m just now, yeah, m is 4 over 3. So first page just now, this is my changes of y, this is my changes of x. Okay, so what can you do? This is both positive, and I know if I have a point already, so all I need to do is to move y to the positive 4 value. We go up by 4 because going up is positive. Okay, so I need to go up 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 4 point. Then for my x, is a positive value, so I'll need to go to the right by 3. So 1, 2, 3. So I will know this will be my coordinate. That's why I form 2 points, and then once I have 2 points, then I'll be able to form a straight line. Okay, this is how it works. Now let me give you another example. How about now I have m is equals to -2. So how am I going to sketch it if it's -2? Don't forget, there's always a number underneath it is 1. So therefore, your changes of y is -2, and your change of x is 1 value. So if you know your y-intercept at 1 point already, so if it's -2, then that will be going down by 2, 1, 2, instead of going up. Then 1 unit to the right, because positive number to the right, so therefore it will be to the right. That's why this is important to tell where is the positive, where is negative. This is positive x, whereas going up is my positive y. So next time if you sketch it, next time you are asked to sketch a graph, be sure you label these two so that you will tell yourself where is the positive, where is the negative. And also if you're given a graph paper, you use this method. Otherwise, I would always recommend my student to use substitution method. You substitute when x is 0, what is y, and y is 0, what is x, and then to find these two coordinates for sketching a graph. Well, with that, I would say I want to sum off this video, because what is coming up would be a profit line. Profit line, I will need to explain it over my second video. And if I were you, what you do, my advice to you would be, if you understand these notes for today, and you need to go through those questions, very long questions from wording, and to find out what is the general equation, and we'll be able to sketch them. There will normally be 4 equations, 4 different general equations for you to sketch on a piece of graph paper. You need some time to practice those, so that you are able to find out what is the profit line, which I will cover it in my second part of my video. So with that, good luck with you in your try. You try on your own. What I ask from you is you need to get at least 20 questions in a week time. Yeah, not one day, but in a week time, on getting the region. Okay, is most importantly to get the region that satisfy all the given condition in the question. It will give you quite a lot of condition. Will you be able to identify which region? You need to try at least 20 questions, and then you leave out the profit line, because I will cover in my second part of my video. with that, happy trying. I'm sure you can do it. Hope to hear from you soon. Thank you.